Good evening, GBHL. I'm Charles Simmons, your ranking coordinator for 2019 league. I'm giving you another video on the league standings. I hope you enjoyed the first video. This video is coming to you in the normal slot on a Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock. We don't have another video after this scheduled for a couple of weeks, so please subscribe to the channel to ensure you're kept up to date with the latest videos and the rankings, and more subscribers we get, hopefully we can come live from an event where I'm at. So this video is being made after the results have been entered into the third tournament of the season, Into the West, hosted by Matt King in Cardiff in 5 Storm Games. This was a 400-point event, and it was the second 100-point event of the season. So we've got some good scores and a lot of changes which has happened. Also, this is second event for the southern region. Not all the region player details for the regions have been entered at this time. I'm still waiting for some people to say which region they want to be in. So please, any player, put your player numbers and what region you want to be in the comment on any video, and it will be picked up on the normal Friday admin, where I go through and make sure everything's working as it's meant to be. Coming up, we've got a few little tidy up issues which I want to inform you about, and then after that we'll looking at the current standings in each of the areas. So the first one I'm going to talk about is what some people might have noticed this time in Into the West, is how many points you get for being in the top half. Now, in an 80-point event, it's quite simple because there's only 80 points for the first person. So if you're in the top half, you'll be 40 and above. The bottom half, you'll be below 40. With always about a quarter of the players getting 25%. Now, for 100-point events, this is slightly different. So in larger events, so we're talking 40 players or more, coming in the top half of the event doesn't guarantee you 50 points or more. Due to the first and second players taking 100 points and 95 points, and then the third place onwards starting at 90 points, scoring all the way down to 0, this makes that basically the top half plus 2, that place, wherever it lands, will give you 45 points. So generally, smaller than 40, you'll get 50 points in a 100-point event, at least 50 points, and then after that, for the bigger events, like in Cardiff, where we had a massive 52 players, the top 25 scored over 50 points, because of how it works is it works around the 45 player mark, because it's half of the 90 players, which is split between the remaining, the total players minus the first and second. Hopefully you understand that. This year there has been a tweak to the formula which gives you the points. This is to make it more balanced, more even. For the lower quarter of the players, you all get 25 points. Where in the previous seasons, how the formulas worked has given less percentage to the smaller events of people who get 25 points. So last year we looked at, say, a 20-player tournament, only 15% of the bottom 15% got 25 because how it worked, instead of the 25% which it normally should be. So this year so it has been tweaked, if you've noticed it. So I wanted to make that clear before we look at the rankings, because you'll see some people might say there's a discrepancy. It's all working as it's meant to be, and don't worry, your points are correct. The next two things that we want to talk about is the other awards. For the Artisan and the Friend of Middle Earth, there can only be one winner. So if you've got multiple people on the same score, like we showed in the previous video, it goes to the person with the highest national rank. So in the two boxes, because we'll have a look at the laptop in a minute, the national rank is the tiebreaker. So if you've got two players on the same, tie break is the national ranking place. So you can see the national rankings with each in them two tables, so you can see what you need to strive to get. So that is the few questions we've had since the previous video. If you've got any questions as well, please put them in the comments and I'll pick them up on the next video for you, so you can all see and hopefully understand how it all works. So on the screen in front of me, we can see the results of Cardiff. As I say, this is a 52 player event at 100 points, so it was very, so you can see this year the league is growing fantastic. Again, first place is Dale. Dale Great. He hasn't won a 100 point event since the new rules, which means since the new rules have come out, there's been no repeat winner at a 100 point league event. This shows great promise, and that more people are getting into it, and that we aren't seeing all the same faces up there. However, second and third, you will see Jay, previous year's winner, and Ed, who came second last year in the rankings. But if we look at these in a bit more detail, Jay in Ripon became in the bottom 25%, so he only got a score of 25, so we'll see how that looks in the rankings later on. Going through, we still see some of the more known names. Callum Edams for Southern, he was doing quite well in the Southern scores after a while, so was David Clubley, so we'll see how they look in the Southern regions coming up. When we go down, this is what I'm saying about. So 26 is half, but you'll notice it's at 48.6. So half numbers players plus 2, which is 28 here. So David Reid, he's on the 45 mark, which is how it works, tiering down. Because if we went down further, we would see it, all these points go just above 0 for the next player to be 0. But this bottom 25% all scored a minimum 25. So looking for it. If you see your name in slightly different format and you want it changed, like instead of David, you're a Dave, please just put your player number in the comments below and how you want to change it, and we'll change it. That's even for if you haven't been selected a region yet. Put your player number and which region you want to be allocated to, and we will update it for you. Makes it nice and simple and all in one place, so please comment on the YouTube videos so it's all in one place for me. So looking at some of the other big names lower down, we've got World Champion coming 33rd. It's quite nice to see, as we pointed out before, we've got the tournament points as your league breaker here. So we saw Most Sporting World Champion was 33rd in it out of 52. But he did pick up Most Sporting, so we'll see what that happens with the Most Sporting. And for the second event in a row, Scott Whitefoot, not as quite as good a surname as Proudfoot, I'll have to say, but Scott Whitefoot has got won Best Painted for the second event in a row, because you can see over here, he won it at the Cheltenham event last weekend, just over a week, so a week apart, and he's picked up 2 Best Army awards, or Best Painted awards as they're known. Which will give him good runnings for that event. So this was a little overview of Into the West scorings. If you want to see it more, please come onto this page and you'll see a full breakdown. So let's look at the national ranks. So at the top here, well, there's quite a few players now on 2 events, and at top, Ed Bull has taken the lead again with his second at Ripon and 3rd in Cardiff. Ryan, who was in the top 10 last year as well, he's currently on 2nd, and Dan Huckvale, which we've seen getting some painting awards, is currently in 3rd place. We're up to 14th place, top 14 are in the got 100 points or more, with Dale Gray this year. This event's winner is currently sitting in 14th. As you can see here in red, there's quite a few players still to select a region, so please comment on this video with your region you want to be in. And we've had so far, scrolling all the way down, 84 players this season so far, with 21 of them just attending one event and coming in the bottom quarter. So now we get to see some of these areas in more detail. So 100-point event averages, quite a good average. You can see Ed up there at the top with a 92.5 average, with second and third still being quite well, because Ryan did get 100 points at Ripon, so it has helped him with his average. Where Dan Huckvale has got a very consistent 81.8 and then 82.8, so his average is really close there because he keeps coming consistent places. So not much to say about at the moment, because we've only had most people have attended maximum 2 events, so we've not got anything much to say about what can change. You can see that Jay Clare did get 25 in his first event, with his second place here has put him straight into 9th place, so he's done a good jump there getting up. So looking at regional rankings, since we've did the first video, not much has changed. We have got, so we're only going to look at the Southern region here. We've got 23 people who've played in the Southern region. It's only 2 more than the previous video. So when we look at this, Callum Edens has now, with his win, taken first place, and David Copley has gone into 2nd place. So we're still looking at a bit here. Jordan has, with 2 wins here, has jumped above, but you can see most people in the top, quite a few of them have got their 2 events in, so it does really help you with them extra events jumping up there. So we're still a bit light on figures here because we've only had 2 events where it's done over the best 3, so we are likely to see large changes in this area. So when we look in other rankings, we've now got 26 best newcomers have attended. So Sean here is currently leading it. So looking at Artisan and Middle Earth, Dan, who won the Best Army at Ripon, is now dropped in 2nd place, with Scott's 2 wins in the last 2 weekends consecutive there, has put him nicely up in 1st place for Artisan and Middle Earth. Looking at Friend of Middle Earth, we're looking here, and that we have got 2 people on 1 event each, so it then does go down to national rank. So Harry Moore is currently leading Friend of Middle Earth, with Will Champion behind in 2nd. So even with them not winning another event at the moment, these 2 can swap around because it's all done in national rankings. So we'll want to get some more points here, try and take that off Harry. So that is the end of this week's summary of what's happened in the rankings. Please, if you want any details changed, as I say, drop it in the comment below on any of the ranking videos. It will be picked up. If you want to see anything in more details, or if you'd like anything else clearing up, please drop it in the comment below on any of the ranking videos. I'll pick it up and we will address it in an episode coming up in the near future. As I say, please share, like and subscribe this channel, this video and the channel, so it will help in future videos. Please subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with the videos. It will help, as I say, after a certain amount of subscribers we'll come live to you at events, and we can hopefully have the winners of that event looking at the rankings and how they feel like they will proceed with the rankings coming up. As I say, it will be towards the end of February by the time we do the next rankings, because we haven't got many big events coming up in the next couple of weeks. In the next video we will also look forward to what events are coming up and how this could likely to impact the rankings, even with who is there, who isn't there, and look into it in that detail for you. So please subscribe to this video, check out any other videos on this channel, because there is a lot of board gaming videos. You can see a preview of some of the ones which we'll be featuring in the videos, and stay tuned, and good night.